friends. So today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about nostalgia and flowers. So a lot of people that I've talked to have told me that their love of gardening actually comes through generational factor, meaning that they learn gardening practices from their parents or their grandparents, and they remember being a little kiddo and being barefoot in the garden. And so I definitely have a very fond memory of flowers and nostalgia that I have for them. So one of the flowers that I wanted to talk about today is a flower that recently has kind of like entered back into my life. And when I was a little girl, on the side of my house, there was a water hose that I used to drink out of. Yes, it was that far back. And in the summers, I used to remember this big, beautiful plant next to the water hose, and I used to pick its blades and its flowers. Sometimes it would cut me because it has kind of sharper blades of leaves. And I just have like these memories in the summer, smelling fresh cut grass in the summer, playing with these flowers and drinking from the water hose. And wow, what a fun going back down memory lane and having nostalgia with plants. And so I wanted to introduce you to this plant, which you may be familiar with it. It is called the iris, the African iris. And I recently went for vacation at the beach. We stayed at a beach house that we rented. And the backyard, when I walked back there, was full of African irises. So much so that there were tons of seed pods. And I'm kind of known for this. My husband and my kiddos always shake their head when we go on vacation, because I always have a pair of clippers and containers to collect seeds and forage from, and collect things to bring back from vacation. I bring back seeds and plants. So I foraged the heck out of this backyard for their seeds, and I harvested them and I took them back home. I took so many seeds back home. And I said, this winter, I'm gonna start them in my windowsill. And since we're in zone 9, I was like, I have a pretty good shot. So I actually started these kind of like in the fall, in an earlier fall, and we will take a look at what they look like now. So come along with me, friends. I'll show you a couple snapshots of what this reminiscent flower and bush looks like. Hey friends, a couple other things I wanted to mention as I'm walking down memory lane about these flowers, these African irises, is I wanted to share a couple facts about them, just in case you're curious about them. They do the blades get somewhat tall for a bush. So like 3 to 5 feet tall, a couple feet wide, maybe about 3 feet wide at the largest. They are poisonous as far as like, they're not edible, so don't eat them. They're not something you can harvest. It's really more ornamental. They can take up space, so you can like plant them in a row and they look really pretty, easy to maintain. They're drought tolerant. They don't take a lot of water. And they have a really good hardiness. I think their zones are about like 8 to 11 or something like that. But they do really well with our summer heat in Central California. I mean, blazing like 115-degree heat if they're well established. So they're a pretty hardy plant at very low maintenance if you're interested in that plant. And I will tell you, one of the fun facts now that I'm thinking about it is that flower really reminds me of my dad, because my dad loved irises, although he didn't love this iris in particular the most. Being a Southern California girl, these flowers are white with a little purple and yellow. So when I was a little girl and grew up in a Laker family, go Lakers, I used to pick these flowers on Laker game day and just kind of like wish really good luck on them so that the Lakers would win. So that's just a little bit more fun nostalgia as I think about this flower and how it makes me smile and how it makes me happy. And I hope that you have these types of feelings about plants and flowers as well, or that they remind you of something happy in your life, a great time, because hey, that's a really great coping skill for your mental health anyways, especially during these times of the pandemic. So I hope you enjoy a little bit about my story about the African daisy, and I'll show you what's going on with my starter and my windowsill. Okay, friends, so you can see this is where it's at. You can hear my little birdies chirping in the background. I started these seeds from those pods that I harvested on September 13th. So it wasn't quite winter, it was a fall. It was so warm in zone 9 here in California. But this is the African iris. So let me open it up, and you can see here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little shoots. Now I probably have like 20 or 30 seeds in here, if not more. I just threw them all in here and put some little topsoil over it to see what would happen. I watered it once or twice, and I threw it in the windsill and just let nature do its business in the house. And I mean, you can see a little bit of fuzz here just because of the moisture. And the cool thing is, you know, I always talk about recycling everything, and this is like a salad box, just a half salad that we order from a place down the block here. And I save these so that I can start these types of seeds in the windowsill because they're very narrow. And I just I put dirt in there. I wet the dirt so it soaks in really well. I put the seeds above, and then I just sprinkle dirt on top. And I put it in the windowsill well wet, and it kind of just creates its own like atmosphere inside and recycles that moisture. And I don't have to do much. I just walk away and I let it grow. Now you can see from the tops of here, these blades are bending, and that's not good. So very soon I will be taking these out with my mini shovel, which I will call a kitchen spoon, and I will replant them in bigger individual pots, and I will put them out on the eave of my house and baby them so that they're kind of they adapt to outdoor. But this is my African iris starter, and I'm telling you, like anywhere you go, or even things that you have in the kitchen, like here, these are the peppers that I just harvested. You harvest the seeds out of those, or the seeds out of these tangerines or these lemons, and you can start new plants for free, and it's pretty awesome. I have so much nostalgia and memories of just seed collecting when I was a little one with my family and trying to get them to start. And so this here, I'll have 6 beautiful plants. I might sell a couple, and I might keep one in my garden just for nostalgia's sake. So I hope you enjoyed walking down memory lane with me. Have a good one.